We'll open it. Okay, we're going to start with our feet wide today. So you're going to take your feet onto the mat to the edges and turn your feet very slightly out to the corners of the room, or just very slightly turned out. But just turn that down. Stand tall. We're going to take a shoulder roll, which is always a nice place to start. So we're going to lift the shoulders up to the ears. We're going to squeeze them back behind, and we're going to push our fingertips to the floor and just make those circular motions. Lovely deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then we're going to take it the other way. We're going to lift up, exhale, come forward, squeezing back. Just getting a little bit of mobilization into them. Then pause, and we're going to go backwards again, but this time arms involved. We lift up, we squeeze back, do 4 big arm rotations. Just allowing those shoulders to open, squeeze those shoulder blades back, and then reverse, back behind, coming forward. 2, 3, and 4. Pausing down at the bottom, take 1 shoulder up. Look down towards the floor, make sure your feet in the right position, make sure they're equal. And we're going to squeeze our arms behind us, a little squeeze in the shoulder blades. And we're going to sit down into squat as we drift our arms forward, reaching flat back, pushing your weight into the heels, then a squeeze back behind, and exhale, lower down. So we're trying to aim to get the hips as low as our knees. And we are keeping our shoulder blades squeezed together and away from those ears, and sticking your bottoms behind you, weight into your heels. Inhale, back up. But equally, just make sure those knees aren't protruding wider than your little toes, or collapsing into the middle further than your big toes. So you just want to get that little equal position. Down for 5. Squeeze back. We're going for 10. 7. Down for 8. Start to go a bit lower in your last 2. Down for 9. Last 1. Big reach. Drop it down. Look down. Bring your fingertips to the floor. And then begin to slowly extend those legs as much as they will possibly go. Bending deep. Allow your knees to come forward a little bit, and then exhaling, lengthening. So bend and extend. Get quite a big deep movement through the body. Don't just make it a little micro move. Make it a deep bend. Remember, we've got to wake up these joints. Get into that stretch. Weight is resting slightly forward into those arms. 4 more deep knee bends. And we're going to take this into a little bit of upper body work. 1 more bend. Just hold the extension for a few breaths. Allow your head and chest to drop lower down towards those thighs. Then we look forward and bend the knees. We take a little walk into a plank. Once we come forward, we're keeping those feet wide, we lower our knees. We lower the chest down towards the floor, lowering our whole bodies down. Then we lift the chest, the hands, squeezing the elbows and the shoulder blades together. Then we lower it down, lift the bottom off the floor, and then lift your chest back up, elbows squeezed into the rib cage, back up into that plank. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Okay, so that's the combo we're going to work on. We've got wide legs, so my feet are at the corners of my mat. That allows a little bit more give in that stretch down the back of the legs. We inhale, roll forward. Exhale, pause on a plank. Drop the knees to the ground. Elbows squeeze in as we lower to the floor, controllably letting our bottoms be the last thing that comes down. Pointing the toes. We lift and we squeeze back. This time, extend your arms forward. Thumbs facing up towards the sky. Pull back into a squeeze of the shoulder blades. Pull them in tight, lowering your hands just underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes. Abs on, lift your bottom, so pushing into your knees. Lift the chest. Plank. Pause, inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. So it's a really nice, graceful movement, slow and controlled. We take a couple of breaths here, we roll forward. Plank. We pause on the plank, a couple of breaths. Now I'm going to give you the option to keep your knees up or drop your knees down now. And then lower, elbows into the ribcage all the way down to the floor. Toes to the ground. We lift up. We extend our arms forward, our palms face up, our thumbs to the sky. We then turn the palms down, we squeeze back, and then lower the hands, squeeze the elbows in. Option, you can lift your whole body up as one piece, or lift the bottom first, followed by the chest, and then downward facing dog. Check out those feet, make sure they're still wide. The reason why your feet need to be wide as well is when we're on the floor on our tummies, it allows your upper body to lift a little bit further. We roll forward. We pause a little bit longer on this plank this time, about 10 seconds. Keep the breathing going. And remember, you have that option. You can roll forward on tips of the toes a little bit more, bend the elbows, drop to the ground, or knees first, chest drops first, bottom last. Front of the feet on the ground. Lift up, chest up, squeeze. Extend and lengthen those arms forward. Lift that head and chest a little bit more. Then turn the palms down. Squeeze your shoulder blades. We're going to stop here. We're going to rotate and turn to face one direction. Back to center. Just pivoting on the spot. Turn the other way. We come back to the middle. We reach those arms forward, thumbs to the sky again. Lift the legs. Squeeze them together. Open them out. Drop them down. Turn the palms down. Squeeze those shoulder blades in. And lower the hands down. Abs on. Let's lift our bodies back up. Triceps working. Downward facing dog. Now look forward towards me whilst you're staying in downward facing dog. We're going to change the exercise a little bit. We're going to roll forward into a plank. And then as we lift back up, we reach the opposite hand to the ankle, drop the hips back down and do the other side. So come with me now. Doesn't matter if you don't reach the ankle. It's just about stabilizing and allowing that give, that stretch, that movement. Dropping down, lift it up. So take your body weight forward into the tips of your toes, take it back into the heels and stretch, keeping those knees as straight as possible. Come on, Tom. 4 more. And when we've done that last one, and forward into a plank, we drop all the way to the ground again, elbows in. Drop it to the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift that hover. Take the arms forward. Keep saying this word wrong. Thumbs up. Then we squeeze together. We lengthen forward. Thumbs up. Palms down. Squeeze together. Keep those feet wide. Thumbs up. Extend the arms. Palms down. Squeeze. One more time. Thumbs up. Squeeze together. Turn to face one direction. Pull that shoulder blade back a little bit more. Back to center. Turn the other way. Squeeze. Keep those legs pinned to the floor. Keep your buttocks squeezed. And again. One more time. Back to the middle. Pause there. Lengthen your arms forward. Thumbs up. Lift the legs. Squeeze them. Raise the thighs and the legs together. Then open the legs wide. Bring the elbows back underneath the shoulders. This time we lift the bottom. We come up and we take a child's pose. So our knees are staying wide, our feet touch, and we slide back with our arms extended, fingers reaching, elbows lengthened, melt the head and chest down between the arms. So stay active in your stretch. Don't just relax into it. Keep your arms extended, your elbows lifted, your buttocks pulled back in towards those heels. Now take your eye gaze forward. Slide your arms, lift your bottom so it sits above your knees, and then drop your head and chest as low as it will go. You can either do chin or forehead to floor. This is a real challenge of spinal Flexion and extension. If you're tight in your spine, this is where you're going to feel it, and you get a lovely stretch down your leg. And then just bring yourself back in onto your hands and knees. Let's take a nice arch in the spine, so opposite direction. Tuck the chin, squeeze the belly in tight, tuck your tailbone under, and then undulate back to neutral spine. We're going to take our left leg, right arm up. Find your balance, palm facing inwards. Tuck your toes in that right foot if you need a bit of balance. So we're going to do 2 pulse press. So look at me. We're going to go 1, 2, and the third swings around and squeezes into the waistline and then lengthens away. We go 1, we go 2, and around for 3. 1, 2, 3. Pull that knee up high, elbow up high. 1, 2, and around. 1, 2, and around. 1, 2, and around. 2 more of these. Around. Last 1, 1, and 2. Swing it around, and then lower your hand, lower your knee. Find your balance back on that leg and arm. That same leg lifts up behind into a 90-degree angle through the bend of the knee. Drop down to your right elbow, take your left hand slightly out to the side. We're going to turn our hips and try and face away. So we're turning towards the left side, and we're going to bring that knee forward and swing the leg back behind. So putting it up towards the shoulder, swing it back behind. So we're trying to keep it as high as possible, hip flexion to hip extension. Squeeze the butt. If you want to make this harder, legs straight, around, take it back. We're still turning those hips and releasing. Swing it forward, use your core. We're going for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And this one comes all the way around. Extend your leg out and lower it to the floor. Bring both your elbows to the floor. Now what I want you to do here, can you sit back into your heel on that right buttock? Push the sole of the foot of that left foot onto the ground, and then reach the left hand down that leg, and then try and drive your head and chest down that direction. So we're getting a little bit of an inner thigh hamstring stretch, hip flexor stretch. Reach, turn your chest towards that leg. A little bit deeper if you can. And then bring yourself back around. Lift up. Bring the knee under. And then we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders and roll all the way down to the floor again. And then turn onto your right side. So we're still working on that left leg. So you can either be where I am, just resting your head on your hand, or you can rest lower. Your underneath knee is slightly bent forward, and then your top leg, your left leg drifts with the foot flexed, with the foot pointed, sorry. Your left arm is in front of your shoulder. Here's your challenge. Swing that leg forward, touch your fingers and bring it back. So dorsiflex forward, touch, point the toe, swing back. Now that the top leg doesn't go lower than your hip level. If you can't reach your hand, it doesn't matter. Bring that leg as far forward as it will go. Pull forward. Forward, squeeze back. And I want you to feel your buttocks, squeezing that leg behind a little bit more. Forward, back. We're doing 5 more. 5. Lift your arm a little bit higher. Lift your foot a little bit higher. 4. 3, 2, last one. Pull it forward. Now hold that leg forward in forward flexion. Pulse. 10, 9. Come on, get it higher. Not lower than your hips. Take it up. Take it up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And then release it all the way back around and lower the knees together. Now we're coming up onto our elbow underneath our shoulders. Both our knees are bent and we're all going to lift up into a half side plank. Arm just drifts up, find your place. So once you're there, push your hips forward a little bit more and open out the chest. Then take your top leg out and take the upper arm, the left arm, overhead. Now lift that leg up, squeeze the underneath butt cheek, and we're going to pull in and lengthen away, just like we were doing on our hands and knees, just completely different angle. 3, 4, come on, join me when you can. 5, you can do it on the ground if you need to. 6, get that knee up and around, up high, so pointing to the ceiling. 8, 9, one more guys, come on, put it in. And 10, lengthen away and hold. Now lift up. Pulse. 10, 9, 8, come on Tom. 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, one more. Drop the knee, drop your hip, and then come up here. That underneath leg slides forward, and then we're going to come into seated hurdle. So our back knee's bent, kind of 90-degree angle, and then we just drop down in front of that knee, shin. Might want to catch the foot and just take it into a bit of a stretch on that underneath leg. Bring yourself up, lean back, lift your chest out of your shoulders. And we're going to turn our legs, and then bring ourselves down to the floor on the other side. So we just switch ends. We're still facing the same way, so we're lying on our left side, so our right leg, and we're going to reverse what we just did. But we're going to start with first exercise, which is your lower knees, lower legs, slightly bent. You can rest down here, or you can put your hand here. Lift that leg up. Dorsal flexion, arm forward. Abs on. We pull the leg forward, touch the fingers, and squeeze back behind you. 1, 2, 3. Just be very wary that you're not letting your hips protrude forward and backwards. You're working using your core. Try and get your leg a little bit higher than your hips. Lift your arm up a little bit higher than your shoulder. Try and turn your toes a little bit more towards the sky. Let's go 3 more of these. Now this last one, keep it forward and pulse it. 10. Almost turn your foot up towards the sky. Squeeze your abs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the leg back. Pop it down on the floor next to the other leg. And then bring yourself up into your left elbow. Bend your knees a little bit more, and then when you lift onto your knees, push your whole body forward and raise your arm up. Squeeze that underneath buttock. Take the arm up, take the leg, lift it up. And let's go. Pull up and over. And kick away for 1, 2, 3. Come on, lift that knee high. 4. 6. Squeeze that underneath butt, lift your hips a little bit higher. 7, 8, 9, last one. Now kick it away. Lift up and pulse. 10, 9. Lift your whole body up as high as you can. 6, 5, 4. Push your hips forward. 2, and release. Up onto your hand. Bend that underneath knee. Come into seated hurdle of the leg bend. And then find your stretch on that buttock. A little bit deeper. And then come up, lean back, and just lift your chest. Pull your shoulders back and away. So really work into that posture. Pull, pull, pull. And then release. Pull your knees the other way, and then spin around back to our hands and knees. So just lift your eye gaze, let your back dip, and lift your bottom, pull your shoulders away. Let's go to spinal extension. Take a nice long deep breath in, and exhale, curl it. Keep the belly in, push the floor away. Inhale, exhale again, just that one more time. Eye gaze up, hips up. And then curled spine. Good. Right leg comes behind, left arm forward, find your balance, tuck your toes on that left foot if you need to. So we press pulse, we go up for 1, we go 2, we take it around, squeeze it into the middle, and lengthen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Really try and bring that knee as high as it will go, and then keep it away. 3 more of these. 2 more, press, press, and around. Last one, press, press, and around, and bring everything back to the floor. Bring that knee up to 90-degree angle, drop down to your left elbow, take your right hand out to the side, and turn your body out to face that direction. And then we pull that knee around towards the right shoulder, and we squeeze it back behind. And you can get a little bit more movement in the pelvis this time. We're opening out, we're allowing that give through the body, but make sure you squeeze the butt, get that leg as high as you can go. Pull it round, take it away. If you want more, extend the leg fully. Pull round, push away. It's not for everyone, this one. Go around. Four more. Come on, get that leg higher than it already is. 3, 2, one more big squeeze. And then extend the leg out to the side and lower it to the floor. So like we did on the other side, we're going to try and step back into our heel. Might want to slide the leg back a little bit. Sink down as far as you can go. Push the little toe down to the floor so you flex your side flexion is occurring on the ankle. And if you can, reach your right hand down to the foot of the ankle and then just move your body that way. Just breathe. Perhaps move your left arm a little bit more so you can get a little bit further. And then when you're ready, just release it off. Your hands in, slide that leg in. And then spin around onto your bottom. Take your legs out. Slide your legs straight and bring your bottom so they're in the middle of your mat. So your feet might just slightly go off the end of the mat. Lean into your fingers and lift your chest again to get a nice straight spine. Raise the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Let your fingers come forward. Reach forward into a curved spine. And then as we come back, we sink a quarter of the way back and forward. A bit like row your boat. Forward, flexion, abs on. 4. Go a little bit further on that stretch forward. Last one. 5. Now as we come back, we pause. We take the right arm up, we follow it, we rotate it down, we come it back to center, and the other one. We're going to do 10, 5 each side. 2, 3. Now you need to squeeze your thighs together to stop yourself from rolling around through the hips. 6, 7, squeeze, go back a little bit more if you can. 8, last 2. One more. And 10, pause there. Now watch me. We're going to bend one knee in, drop, lift, drop. 3, 4, 5. Come on, pull in. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more, and we hold this one. Grab it. Walk up it. See if you can bend your knee and grab the foot, or at least the calf. And then lift your spine and extend. And if you can, stretch that leg as much as possible. Good chance to use the mirror, lifting up tall, then see the leg. You might be here, that's absolutely fine. If you're there, you might be here. Or if you're Anthony, you might be down here somewhere.
Mean.
Now keep growing through the spine, putting your shoulders back and down, extend that knee. And then soften the knee. Bring it into the side of your thigh. Get your positioning a little bit more onto your buttocks. Lift up, and we're just going to take a stretch into that right hamstring. Catch it as far as you can go, and then lower your head and chest down. Go a little bit deeper. And then ease it off. Bring the sole of the foot back to the floor. Take your fingers, point them out to the sides of the rib. Point your toes on that right leg, and we're going to lift up to straight leg, half bent, reverse tabletop. If you're feeling like this is all right, quite happy with this, raise that right leg up to the sky. Flex the foot. Now hold here for 10 seconds. Squeeze deep into that left buttock. Lift it, lift it, lift the hip, lift the chest. 4, 3, 2, release. Extend both legs. Walk your fingers in, sit tall. Get back onto those buttocks again, raise your arms. Bring them down. Reach forward. Far as you can go, and then carefully back. 1, 2. You missed this? No. Little.
There were a few positions today where I, slightly missed my office chair.
Last one big reach forward. And then as we come back, we pause. And we raise those arms up again. This time we swoop down on the right side. Follow the arm up and over for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more to go. 7, 8, last 2. Come on, big rotations, last 1. And we back up for 1, up for 2. If you want a little bit more, extend the legs, don't bend them. 4, 5, start on all sides. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we lift the right one up for the last time and catch it around that thigh, walk up as far as you can go. First of all, bend knee, push into the chair, and then raise your spine, and if you can, extend the leg. Shoulders pull back, chest elevated. Working on it. Woo. Tighter on this side. One more time, lift up higher. Extend the knee a little bit more. And then we ease it up. We bend that knee, sole of the foot on the inner thigh of the left leg. Sit back onto your bottom a little bit more. Raise the arm. And let's stretch that left hamstring. Catch as far as you can. Lower your head and chest down. Go a little bit deeper. And then just going to ease it up. Bring the sole of the foot back round. Fingertips pointing out to the side. Chest elevated, shoulders pulled back. When you're ready, let's lift up. And you might want to stay here and just breathe, your choice. Or lift the left leg up to the sky, dorsal flex the foot. And then lift as high as you can. Squeeze through the right buttock. 10-second hold. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Lift it, lift it, lift it. 5, 4, left, 2, 1. Drop the leg. Drop. Straighten your leg. Your hands in. Lift up. And we're kind of forward. So wherever you're holding your legs, get a nice, strong, deep stretch. Allow your spine to flex forward. If you can pull your toes in. And then release, roll it up. Support your hands, little chest, pull it up. And we're going to take this through to pigeon. We'll do a really nice pigeon stretch today. We're like a little bit of pigeon. Right leg is going to come behind, left leg stays forward. And you're going to take your body weight up onto your hips equally both sides. And if pigeon really isn't for you, repeat your seated hurdle stretch. Right leg as far back behind as possible. Lift up tall. And then get deep into the stretch. Relax. You might want to wriggle side to side, get a little bit deeper. If you can, bend your back heel in towards your bottom, reach around. So you might need to come up with your hand to get it. Draw the heel in, and then see if you can drop back to elbow again. Pull your shoulders round to the front. Deep thigh stretch. If you're in seated hurdle, you can do a little catch here. Easier position to catch it. Release the back leg. Down to your elbows. Turn your body, tuck your toes under. Start to free the leg. Come into a plank. Option with planks to bend your knees. Moving up your knees. Think about lengthening into your heels. Eye gaze forward, shoulders pull back. Now scoot the belly in, everyone. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Hips down a little bit, not a tiny bit, that's it.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Hold it, 20 more seconds. Come on, back in you come. Everyone's gonna hold it, no one's gonna give up. So lift up tall through the body. Squeeze your kneecap, squeeze your butt. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Get the belly in, 2, and release the knees down. Just push your bottom to the sky. You got your head to the floor. Sliding your hands in, come up. And then let's go transition to pigeon on the right side or seated hurdle. Slide your left leg down and sit tall. Find that stretch. Really breathe, let your body just sink down. I like to rock side to side because I find this incredibly uncomfortable, so I ease myself in and out of the pain. Give you a little bit more, bend the heel into the bottom. You might want to come up into your hands, catch it around the inside, drive the heel to the bottom and see if you can come back down to your elbows. Pull your hips and shoulders round so they're level. You don't have to stay, you can release it whenever you like. If you are holding on to it, just let go now. Come up onto your hands, tuck your toes under, free that knee, lift into a downward facing dog. Bend the knees first of all, pull the bottom up to the sky as you melt your head and chest down, and then push your heels to the floor, creating that triangular position for the body. And then we're going to begin to bend the knees, walk our feet back to our hands back to our feet. So we're ankles sitting under our hips, and we're in a forward fold. If you feel very tight in the hamstrings, feel free to soften your knees, get hold of the elbows, just do a sway side to side. And then come back to the middle. Put your hands on the top of your knees, and then just roll up slowly through the spine. And a nice 3 to 4 big shoulder rolls. Open the palms, raise the arms up. Bring your hands together, let your shoulders relax down, and then drop your chin towards your chest. I want you to lower your hands down towards your chest and lower your chin a little bit more and just roll it side to side to the armpit, then to the other armpit. Back to middle. Look up, give yourself a little bow, give yourself a little clap. As always, thank you so much.